The Biden administration is sending 800 active duty troops to the border as migrant apprehensions near record levels. Border towns like El Paso and San Diego are on the front lines, but effects can be felt as far away as New York City, where space is running out to house migrants. Meanwhile, in Florida, transporting undocumented migrants into the state is a crime. We'll have more on a new arrest there later this hour, but first we turn to Manuel Bojorquez from the border.
Near Eagle Pass, Texas, hundreds of people continue to cross the Rio Grande, trying to slip under wire fences, overwhelming city services. But not everybody makes it. 2 people, including a 3-year-old boy, have already drowned in the past 2 days. Still in Juarez, Mexico, we found more are risking those final steps north, like this group from Venezuela using tree limbs as a bridge to get to the other side.
Sometimes they fall in, and it's been difficult really to watch when they have to handle children, babies, and try to keep them safe, literally handing them over to somebody who plucks them over to the other side.
The majority are from Venezuela, but will not be eligible for temporary legal status and expedited work permits announced by the Biden administration for nearly 500,000 Venezuelan migrants because they did not enter the country before July 31st. In New York, where the change could apply to less than 10,000 people, officials worried it did not go far enough.
I'm getting 10,000 a month, and so we can't spike the ball.
Republicans have criticized the Biden administration's move, saying it will only motivate more people to try to cross. But back along the border, we found migrants say what they're fleeing, political persecution or poverty, are bigger motivators.
You didn't know that about the new status. But would that change what you're doing? ¿Eso cambiaría lo que ustedes están tratando de hacer?
No cambiaría, creo que sería...
It doesn't change why you're leaving.
But U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents say cartels have been using misinformation for months, urging migrants to head north. They found this group parched and lost, asking for help.
These cartels are very good at what they do. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're focusing on migrant smuggling and the disinformation that they're feeding migrants to fuel that profit stream.
And Manuel Bojorquez joins us now. Manny, you spoke to a number of people, and I know you've been covering this story for several years now. People will tell you the lengths that they'll go to get to this country, but did they tell you what would prevent them from coming across the border?
You know, at this point, like we said in the piece and like people told us, the push factors, as they're called, the reasons they're leaving, I should say, that seems to be the overwhelming thing here. That people are saying, look, Venezuela is so bad, and the vast majority of the people we spoke with today are from Venezuela, that they had no choice but to continue to head north. And many people have said, look, why don't they claim asylum in Mexico first? But they say there's extortion there, that there's kidnappings there. They do not feel safe, and that's why they're continuing to make their way up here. On the other side, you have Border Patrol saying that many of them are fed lies by the cartels who are simply looking to profit off of them.
I mean, it truly is overwhelming when you look at those pictures, seeing and hearing about the 3-year-old that drowned not too long ago. You mentioned riding with Customs and Border Protection agents. What happens specifically when CPB encounters those migrants?
Yeah, and it's interesting. I asked one of them, what are we not seeing that you would like to tell us about? And he pointed to this particular area where we're standing right now. This is a point of the border where Mexico, New Mexico, and Texas meet. And he says specifically this area, it's not just people looking to turn themselves into Border Patrol to request asylum like we're seeing in many of the videos that we're sharing about this situation. He said roughly half the people that are trying to enter here are trying to avoid agents.
Manuel Bojorquez for us. Thank you so much.